Good day, everyone. I'm Mirabel Tena, and this is...
And I'm Mishari Barokyas.
And we will be discussing about our problem understanding and analysis. So, yung program namin is a Java console application na gumagamit ng scanner para tumanggap ng input mula sa user. So, yung scanner, isa siyang built-in class sa Java na ginagamit para basahin yung input na in-enter ng user. So, sa simula, hihingin ng program yung full name, sa simula, hihingin ng program yung full name, age, course, student ID number, first number, and second number. Every information will be saved gamit yung tamang data type para ma-process ng tama bawat input. For example, yung full name and course ay gagamit ng string because they are text. Sa age naman ay int because the input will be a whole number. Para naman sa two numbers, gumamit kami ng try-catch para ma-handle yung mga invalid inputs and maiwasan yung program errors. If letters yung ma-enter ng user instead of whole numbers, hindi magka-crash yung program. Instead, it will show an error message na valid integers lang yung tinatanggap. And after that, mag-e-end yung execution para maiwasan yung maling computations. And once valid na yung inputs, the program performs different arithmetic operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and remainder or modulus. Ginagamit sila para ipakita kung paano napaprocess yung mathematical calculations and gamit yung user inputs. Nag-declare din kami ng named constant gamit yung final keyword na tinatawag na bonus number. So, dahil nga constant siya, hindi siya pwedeng baguhin throughout the whole program. Ginagamit namin yung bonus number to repeat the same arithmetic operations gamit yung results na nakuha sa mga unang calculations. And here is Mashari to further explain things.
As an additional feature, nag-implement din kami ng two ternary operations. Yung una, chine-check kung ang user's age ay minor, legal adult, o invalid age. Yung pangalawa naman ay kino-compare ang two numbers para malaman kung alin ang mas malaki o kung equal sila. Finally, ipapakita ng program ang lahat ng personal information ng user kasama ang age classification, results ng arithmetic operations, at number comparison sa isang clear at organized na format. At yun lamang po. At ipapasa na po namin sa algorithm.
So, the algorithms. Dito naman tayo sa part ng algorithm. First, define muna natin kung ano nga ba yung ibig sabihin ng algorithm. Yung algorithm, isa siyang step-by-step instruction para masolve natin yung isang problem. Sa ibang definition, yung algorithm just a set of clear step para maano natin, makarating tayo dun sa resulta na gusto natin. Sa first step, nandito kasama natin si Aryan para ipaliwanag yung step 1.
For step 1, start, this simply indicates that the program is beginning. Next,
Yung mic baka malayo yung mic.
next is step 2, declare variables. We prepare the variables that will store the student's information, the two numbers, and the results of our calculations. In simple terms, these variables serve as containers for the data that the program will use. For step 3, set the bonus number. We assign the value 10 to the bonus number. This value will be used later for the bonus calculations. Moving on to step 4, ask the user to input their full name. So the program asks the user to input their full name. The name will then be stored, so it can be displayed later as part of the student's profile. For step 5, ask the user to input their age. Since age should be a number, the program checks if the input is valid. Kung hindi number ang inilagay, the program will display an error message and stop. is step 6, enter course. Here, the user inputs their course, and this information will also be stored as part of the student's profile. For step 7, enter student ID. The user enters their student ID. The program then checks if the input is a valid number before continuing. Moving on to step 8, enter first number. The user inputs the first number that will be used for the arithmetic operations. Again, the program checks if the input is valid. Then in step 9, enter second number. The user inputs the second number. This is also checked to make sure that the input is valid number. Finally, for step 10, check age. The program evaluates the age that was entered earlier. Based on the value, it determines kung yung user is a minor, legal age, or has an invalid age. For step 11 to 20, here's Duino to present it.
Dito naman tayo sa step 11. Sabi dito, compare the first number and second number to determine which is one is greater or if they are equal. So sinasabi dito na yung in-enter ng user na first number sa second number, ipagkukumpara natin, determine natin kung greater nga ba yun or if they are equal. Sa step 12 naman hanggang sa step 16, sabi dito, calculate the addition of the two numbers. And sa step 13, calculate the subtraction of the two numbers. Step 14, calculate the multiplication of the two numbers. And sa step 15, calculate the division of the two numbers. Dun sa step 12 hanggang sa step 15, dun pinrove yung yung arithmetic operation. Then dito naman sa step 17, calculate the bonus. Ay, sa step 16, calculate the remainder of the two numbers. And sa step 17 naman, calculate the bonus operations by performing the same basic arithmetic operation using the bonus number and the corresponding previous result. Sinasabi dito na yung i-calculate natin yung bonus operation by performing the same basic arithmetic operation, which mean yung step na previous step natin, using the bonus number and the corresponding previous result. Then, sa step 18, dito na i-print yung student profile ng user na print the student profile on the scale. Then sa step 19, print the comparison result and all arithmetic result, both normal and bonus. Dito na ikukumpara yung result na nilagay ng users saka yung lahat ng arithmetic result. Then, sa step 20, i-end na yung program. Then, ayun lang yung algorithm. Para naman sa pseudocode, nandito yung ibang kasama namin para i-present.
Hello, my name is Sean and I'm here to teach you the pseudocode. And first of all, we start the program. And here we can see that we have 4 prompts wherein the user can enter their personal information and then the system will read it. And here we also have a try catch wherein the user will enter the first number and it will read it. So the catch is if an error occurs, like if the input is invalid, it will display valid numbers only. That also is the same for the second number. We also have if-else statements like this one. Age is more than or equals to 18, then it will store the message adult to the variable of legality. Else, if the age is equals to or more than 0 but less than 18, it will store the message minor to the variable of legality. Else, if both of that statements are incorrect, it will display not a valid age. Next, we also have if-else with the first number and second number. So if the first number is more than the second number, then it will store the message first number is greater than the second number to the variable of comparison. If that is false, then it will check if the second number is more than the first number, and it will also store this message. If both of that statements are false, then it will store this message: both numbers are equal to the variable of comparison. And that ends the if else. So next, we also have the arithmetic of operations, including addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and also the remainder. We also have the addition bonus, subtraction bonus, multiplication bonus, division bonus, and remainder bonus. After all of that, we will put the display. It will display all of the results of these arithmetic operations, and as well as the information that the user input. And that's all. Thank you for the pseudocode.
Hello there. I am Roland Mar Elbelermente, and the person here is Diaz. We would be discussing the flowchart. Firstly, I would be explaining the shape that we will be using in our flowchart. Firstly, we have an oval. This shape shows the end of the search of a script. Second, we have a parallelogram. This shape shows the input and output of the script. And we have a diamond. This shows the decisions between the scripts and when a conditional split may happen. And we have a rectangle to show the process, and of course we have an arrow to show the relationship between the shapes. Firstly, we would be starting with an oval to start off the script. Then we would be declaring the variables and the final constant, which is the bonus. And we would be using a rectangle for that. And next, we will be asking the user for the full name using a parallelogram. Then next, for the age. And considering we would be using a try-catch method, we will be using a diamond to conditionally split. For if there's to check if the age is a number. If it doesn't have a number, we will be displaying the message that it's a valid integer, and the script would immediately go to the end. And after checking, and that is if the variable doesn't have a number inside of it. And if it does, the script will just continue normally. And for the next, we will be asking the user for the course. Then next for the student ID. And of course, on the student ID, we will be checking again if the student ID has a number inside of it. If no, we will just be printing the same message that it's a valid number and the script will end. If yes, we will just continue the script. And now we will be asking the user for the first number. Then again, we will check the variable. We will check if the variable has a number inside of it. If no, we will just display the message again, and script will end. If yes, we will continue the script. And now we will be asking for the second number. If the second number has a number, continue. If no, we will just display that it's a valid message. We will just display that it's a valid number. It's an invalid number. And now for the next, I will be passing the mic on into Diaz for his part. Okay, never mind. And now, after checking the second number, we will now be looking and checking for the age. If the age is above, if the age is above or equals 18, then the legality would be equals to legal. If not, then we will be checking the age again if it's more or equals to 0. If yes, the legality is a minor. If no, the age inputted is invalid. And after checking the age, we will now be checking for the numbers. Now I will be passing the mic only into Diaz.
Then each first number is greater than the second number. If yes, then the first number is greater than the second. If no, then each second number is greater than the first number. If yes, then the program will result the second number is greater than the first number. If no, then the second number is not greater than the first number, and first number is not greater than the second number. Then the result is both numbers are equals. After this, we will calculate the arithmetic operation, which is addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and remainder. And we will also calculate the addition bonus to produce with using bonus value. The bonus value is applied to arithmetic result to produce the result with bonus. Then our output is, we will display the student profile, comparison result, arithmetic result, and result with bonus. Then the program will close the scanner and ends the program. And that's all for flowchart.
Greetings everyone, I'm Dwight Rogerio Albor,
And I'm Rio Binibini Jr.
and today we will discuss our Java programming code titled Student Information System. This program demonstrates the basic concept of Java programming, such as variable, data types, user input, ternary operator, and etc. And without further ado, let's begin. First, we imported the scanner class using import java.util.scanner, which is ito pong i-highlight natin. Ayan. And the scanner class allows our program to receive input from the user through the keyboard. Which is ang basic explanation na ito guys is yung paggamit natin ng messenger, text, yun po yung sample lang user pag-input ng messages using keyboard. And next, we created our class named Project 5. And inside is the main method. The main method is the starting point of every Java application because this is where the program begins executing. Inside the main method is we created scanner object. Here, scanner is an object, while system.in tells Java that an input will come from the keyboard. And next, we declare all data types and variables needed in our program, such as string, age, double, and etc. Ginamit namin yung string sa pagkuha ng name and course sapagkat ang makakayahan ng string is makapag-store ng letters, numbers, and etc. Habang ang int naman po is ang kaya nila pong i-store is mga whole number, which is hindi niya po kayang i-store yung mga decimal, letters, and etc. And doon na po papasok si double. Si double naman po is ang kakayahan niya is makapag-store ng mga decimal numbers. At hindi niya po kaya niya rin po mag-store ng whole number pero hindi ng mga letters. And next, we declare our name constant, which is this final int bonus number 10. So ano po yung ibig sabihin nun? Ano po yung ibig sabihin nun? Yung int po is yun po yung data types, and yung variable naman po is yung bonus number. And ang value po ng variable is number 10. And para sa po yung final? Yung final po is keyword para po term siya na hindi na mabago yung value po ng aming variables. Which is, ginagawa po ito para po hindi na mapakalaman o hindi na mapalitan yung gusto namin laman ng variable namin. At mapunta naman po tayo dito sa header of our console. System.out.print line. Ano po ibig sabihin nun? We print the program title using several system.out.print.line statement. This simply improve the appearance of our console in output and make it more organized. And kung mapapansin niyo po dito sa name natin, ito na po yung gusto nating hingin na output galing sa user, which is yung name niya. And dito po, the program asks the user to enter their full follow-up. And dito naman po is, our program asks the user to enter the following information, such as full name, age, course, and etc. And next, papunta naman po tayo sa try-catch. Kuya Dwight, ano po yung try-catch? Yung try-catch po is ginagamit siya para po makapag-set ng mga exception. Like for example, humingi tayo ng age. And ang pinrint po niya or humingi tayo ng age. At ang nilagay po ni user is letter. Mapiprint po doon, imbis na magpatuloy yung code, ang mapiprint po doon is yung catch namin, which is the valid number only. Di ba po yung di ba po yung age natin is ginamit lang po natin doon na data types is int. So ang kaya nyo lang pong i-store is mga whole number. Hindi niya po kaya mag-store ng mga letters, decimals. So kapag po nag-input si user doon ng decimal or kahit anong letters, ang ma-display po doon is valid numbers. And next naman po natin is the ternary operator. Para mas maintindihan natin ang ternary operator, nandito po si Mr. Binibini upang ma-explain.
So ano nga ba ang ternary operator? Ang ternary operator ay isang madaling compact, maliit at maikli na paraan para gumamit ng if-else statement. Pwede po siyang mag-store ng variable, which is, kita po natin dito, legality. So, ang legality po, sinecheck lang po nito kung ang age na nilagay ng user is over 18 or sinecheck po nito ang over 18 po ang age na nilagay ng user or ang age ay equal or more than minor. Bakit po natin kailangan check na more than or equal po sa 0? Kasi nga po, pwede po maglagay ang user ng negative numbers which is not a valid age. So, pagkatapos po natin sa legality, pakumpara po natin ang dalawang number na nilagay po ng user. So, ang unang pong comparison, mas malaki ba ang first number? If so, display po natin, mas malaki yung unang number. Pag naman po, ang kabila, kung mas malaki po ang second number po ang mas malaki. If neither, syempre, equal na po yun. Pagpatuloy tayo sa arithmetic operations. So, nakuha na po natin lahat ng first number at second number na niligay ng user. Hindi po siya nag-error. So, tutuloy na po tayo sa arithmetic operations, which is mag-i-store po lahat ng resulta sa appropriate na pangalan, which is the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and remainder. So, pagkakuha po natin ang resulta dito, gagamitin po natin ang ating final bonus number. So, ano pong gagawin natin sa bonus number? Simple lang po. Yung resulta po na nakuha natin sa addition, kumari lang, sa addition is gagamitin natin ang bonus number para i-add sa resulta nun. So, ang mangyayari is meron tayong variable na addition bonus na ang magiging resulta is yung resulta ng addition kaganina plus ang bonus number. Same rin po sa subtraction, isusubtract lang natin ang bonus number sa resulta ng subtraction kaganina. Kapag natapos na po tayo sa lahat ng ito, didisplay na po natin lahat ng ating mga information. Una, student profile. Meron po tayo dito ang full name, age, course, student ID at ang kanilang legality. Pagkatapos po, comparison results. Ano ang mas malaking number? Advanced result, arithmetic results, kung ano ang mas arithmetic results, kung ano ang resulta ng lahat ng math, at sa ang resulta po with bonus number. Pag na-display po natin lahat ito, kukulus na po natin ang scanner para hindi po tayo mag-leak ng mga memory kasi nga po, baka tuloy-tuloy pong maghanap ng input ang ating program. Yun lang po, salamat po sa pakikinig. Pagkatapos po natin i-display lahat ng ating information, kukulus na po natin ang scanner para po hindi mag-leak ang ating scanner class. Kasi po pag di natin i-close, baka po maghanap pa po ng input ang scanner natin at baka, madagdagan pa tayo ng memory. So, salamat po kay Kinay at tutuloy na po natin ang ating presentation sa testing at debug.
My name is John Rainier Balcrasini and now I will discuss the sample program output. And let's start with this. Let's start sa walang error na output. Dito sa output console, makikita nyo na yung nakaprint is student information system. Dito, lalabas lahat ng in-input ng user, which is yung name, age, course, student ID, and the first two numbers na in-enter ng user. Sa student profile naman po, doon po makikita yung kung legal age ba siya or hindi. Sa comparison results, pag-compare po ng system ng program natin, yung first number at second number, kung alin po yung mas less than or greater than sa kanilang dalawa. And gaya rin po gagamitin rin po natin yung first number at second number natin para sa arithmetic results. Lahat po ng in-input natin na number, gagamitan po siya ng addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and remainder. Result with bonus. Dito po sa result with bonus, which is yung 10 na value ng bonus number natin is i-add lang po sa lahat ng result sa arithmetic. Kumbaga yung addition natin is magiging 18, yung subtraction magiging negative 16, so multiplication 70. And ito po yung error code sa ating program kung saan ang inilagay po ng user ay letters or words imbis na integer. Lalabas po sa ating program na valid numbers only. Ganon din po sa student ID. Pag in-enter din po ay letter or words, ganon din po ang lalabas. So, the student information system is a Java application that runs in the console. It asks for the student's information. This includes their name, age, course, student ID, and two numbers that the user enters. When the program gets this information, it shows the student's profile in a format. Then it checks if the student is an adult or a minor. This depends on the age the user entered. The program uses a way to make a decision. The program also looks at the two numbers the equal user entered. Compares them to see which one is for bigger. For example, if the first number is 1 and the second number is 7, the program says that 7 is greater than 1. Next, the program does some math with a two number. It does the following things: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and remainder. The program also uses a bonus value of 10. It adds this bonus to each math problem. It shows how to use a value in a program without changing it. So, hindi mababago yung value ng ating bonus dahil gaya ng nga nang na-discuss nila kanina, yung bonus number natin is ginamitan ng final. So, the student's information system uses basic Java concept. This includes getting user input, using type of variables, using name constants, doing math with numbers, comparing numbers, using a decision maker, making the output look nice. All these concepts work together to make a student information system. The student information system takes user input those calculations and show the results in a way. The student information system is an example of how this Java concept can be used together. And that's all guys. Thank you.